Eat more to get bigger. One meal a day is good. I like being hungry most of the day. It keeps my brain firing. When you're hungry, you're on. When you're full, you're not. I feel better when I'm hungry.
It's a comfort thing. The two sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic is rest and digest. That's what it's called. It's a big system in the body. You think from an evolutionary standpoint, you get up, you go about stuff, you do shit. Then when you finish, you come, you sit, you relax. So if you want to be a high functioning individual, but you eat, you're kind of eating, you're sending mixed signals, trying to smash your emails after eating. A lot of high achievers, Lex Friedman, Huberman, all these people, they would rather be hungry, alert and attentive than they would be fed, satiated and potentially sluggish.
You can't be lazy when you're hungry, bro. You're hungry.
If you have ever struggled with building muscle or being productive, getting shredded, or maybe you just have a lack of drive and ambition to go out into the world, make some money, and get yours. If any of these sound like you, then this is the video for you. Because over the last 7 years, I have tried many different dieting fads and ways of eating, from keto to carnivore, to paleo, to high carb, to the squirrel diet. Yeah, that one wasn't fun. The point is, if you name it, I probably tried it. But there is one simple system for structuring my diet that has stood the test of time. Not just for me, but for thousands of other people around the world as well. And that is the practice of intermittent fasting. So in this video, I'm going to go over the 3 biggest reasons why I fucking love intermittent fasting. Like, seriously, I cannot speak more highly of this. And as I break into the 3 points, you will see exactly why. But first of all, what is intermittent fasting? Well, intermittent fasting is simply the practice of pushing out your first meal later into the day. Some people like to simply skip breakfast. Other people like to skip breakfast and lunch. But in general, I think we can define intermittent fasting as waiting anywhere from 4 to 10 hours after waking before consuming your first calories. Do not be fooled by its simplicity. The key to intermittent fasting's effectiveness is found in its simplicity. So, why do I fucking love intermittent fasting? Well, the first reason I absolutely love intermittent fasting is because it boosts my productivity. You see, as a digital content creator and entrepreneur, I have to constantly be self-motivated. I have to structure my days in a way that I am always ready to go. When the sun comes up, I'm ready to hit the gym. I'm ready to work on my content. I'm ready to make those sales calls. I'm ready to do the things I have to do to get to the place I want to be in life. I don't have a boss on my butt saying, get these papers to me by the end of the day. There's none of that. I have to be completely self-motivated. I have to optimize my day for productivity. And so I'm sure most of us have been in the situation where we wake up, we're feeling fresh, we're ready to start the day, but then we walk down the stairs, break out a box of cereal, pour it into the bowl, and pour the milk on top, start slugging away, eat 1, 2, maybe 3 bowls, and then after, you feel like shit. And this is all because the food industry has launched a huge campaign over the last 20, 30, 40 years to convince the mass population that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. All of us have heard it as kids. You need to eat breakfast because that's the most important meal of the day. Well, I would like to differ, because if you wait to consume your first calories in the day, whether you wait till lunch or you wait till the late afternoon, maybe you're only doing 1 meal a day and you wait till dinner. Either way, when you do not consume calories first thing in the morning, this activates a system in the body called the sympathetic nervous system. Now, the sympathetic nervous system is responsible for what some people call the fight or flight response. It is responsible for feelings of drive, motivation. It's basically your body's fat burning mode and go, go, go. Because when you don't eat for extended periods of time and you activate the sympathetic nervous system, your body will start to release different neuromodulators such as dopamine, norepinephrine, adrenaline, basically different neuromodulators and different neurotransmitters that are going to make you feel focused, things that are going to make you feel sharp, things that are going to make you feel energized and productive. And so if you're working a regular job and you have the entire morning to sit around and you can just like fuck off and smoke some weed and watch some Netflix, then this isn't necessarily going to be that important for you. But if you are somebody with a very productivity intensive job and you have to constantly be self-motivated and you have to be pushing yourself from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, then intermittent fasting is probably something you should try out. Because if you don't eat breakfast just for a week, I guarantee you will see a 3 to 5x in your usual productivity. If you skip breakfast, not only are you going to avoid the post-breakfast crash, but you're also going to feel more energized. You're going to feel more focused throughout the entire day. And ultimately, who would not want that? Now, the second reason I absolutely love love intermittent fasting is because it makes getting and staying lean extremely effortless. Now, I see a lot of people in the fitness industry, and not so much today, maybe it was more so 5-10 years ago, but telling other people that if you want to diet, you have to eat 5, 6, 7, 8 meals a day, which is complete bullshit. And the reasoning for this was that, oh, you need to eat a bunch of meals throughout the day. You need to eat every 2 to 3 hours to keep your metabolism running. And you have to constantly be consuming protein so you don't cause muscle breakdown and all this wadapalooza. Not only is all that logic flawed and it's all fucking bullshit, but also this makes the process of sticking to your calorie deficit fucking hard, bro. We all know, because we're all smart human beings, I'm assuming there's no dummies in this audience. I don't know, maybe you are, who knows? We all know that you must be in a calorie deficit if you want to lose weight. So any way you want to achieve that calorie deficit is up to you. If you want to eat 5, 6, 7 meals throughout the day, as long as you're in the calorie deficit, you will lose weight. But if you understand that you don't need to eat 5, 6, 7 meals a day and you can eat 1 or 2 big meals, that is going to make the process of leaning down so much more easy on your mental willpower. Because what happens is when you have to eat multiple meals per day, lots of meals every couple hours, you have to only eat small amounts of calories per meal. Think about splitting up a 2,000 calorie diet over 7 meals. It's like 300 calories a meal. What are you gonna get? You're gonna get like a chicken breast and 3 florets of broccoli and like 2.5 grains of rice. It's complete bullshit. Like nobody can stick to that in the long term. I don't expect you guys to, and I don't even have that much willpower, guys. Like, it's just complete nonsense. You don't need to do it that way. So I would recommend the fewer meals you can consume on a diet when trying to get lean or maintain your physique, the better. Because what this is going to allow you to do is to have really big, satisfying meals. And this is going to make sticking to the diet so much more easy. Because previously, if each meal you were able to have like half a chicken breast and like a 4th cup of rice and a few pieces of broccoli, now you'll be able to eat a big ass burger with a load of fries, maybe some vegetables on the side, and then for dinner you have like another big meal, and that's like most of your calories, and then you have a little bit of snack before bed. That to me is so much more enjoyable than eating the 7 to 8 meals per day. It's just not sustainable for me, so I cannot subscribe to that way of eating. And practicing intermittent fasting over the last 5 to 6 years has been such a game changer for me. Whenever I've tried to lean down, it's been absolutely effortless. So if you're trying to lose some weight, go ahead, do keto, do carnivore, do all this stuff. I don't really care what you do, but if you take those diets and put it in an intermittent fasting frame by shrinking your eating window, I guarantee that you are going to make the diet 10 times easier. Now, the third reason I fucking love intermittent fasting is because it absolutely obliterates brain fog. Now, I'm sure at some point we have all experienced the post-lunch crash. Lunchtime is creeping up on you. It's 11:30 at work. Maybe you're at school. Maybe it's just the middle of the day for you. You're like, I'm feeling a nice sandwich. I'm gonna go get myself a bowl of pasta. And you get yourself that bowl of pasta. You get yourself that big bready sandwich. You start chowing down on that motherfucker and you finish your sandwich and you finish your bowl of pasta. And 10 minutes later, you're like, fuck, I feel like shit. I feel tired. I feel lethargic. And not only do I feel physically tired, but I also feel mentally tired. I cannot focus. I cannot be productive in this state of mind. In simple terms, you have brain fog. Now, just like I described earlier, when you activate the sympathetic nervous system with not eating for prolonged periods of time, not only do you release dopamine and norepinephrine, but you also release a neuromodulator called acetylcholine. Acetylcholine is a neurotransmitter that is responsible for feelings of being focused. It is associated with learning. You can almost think of it as the molecule of intellect. So when you go for prolonged periods of time without eating, this boosts acetylcholine in your brain. And so if you are trying to be productive and you have things you need to do and you need to be in the right state of mind, you need to be sharp, you need to be fully present. You cannot afford to eat 10 meals during the day. It is better to push out that first meal as far as you can into the day so that you can utilize your mornings for focus, productivity, and creativity. That's literally why Andrew Tate only eats 1 meal a day. He said it himself. He feels better when he only eats 1 meal a day. I'm not saying you have to eat only 1 meal a day, but the fewer meals you can eat and the farther you can push out that first consumption of calories, the less brain fog you are going to experience, therefore the more productive you are going to be. And who doesn't want less brain fog? I don't want brain fog. And with all these points, don't take my word for it on this stuff. I recommend if you eat 3 meals throughout the day, maybe you eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack somewhere in the between, just try skipping breakfast. Or maybe don't even skip breakfast. How about you have a late breakfast? Maybe if you eat breakfast at 8 a.m., how about you push out breakfast till 11 o'clock? It's almost lunchtime, but it's basically a late breakfast. And if you start to get hungry, have a little black coffee, have a little bit of sparkling water, and just see how much more productive you feel, see how easier it makes getting lean and sticking in a calorie deficit, and just see how your mind and mood and mental capacity improves. There's literally no downsides to trying out intermittent fasting, especially if you pair it with all the other good self-improvement habits, which you should be doing, things like not watching working out regularly, getting sunlight, going on walks, having a purpose and a goal that you can focus your energy on. You pair intermittent fasting with all of those habits, and your life will literally be on turbocharged mode. So do not take my word for it. I recommend you try out intermittent fasting for yourself and see what happens. And if you're not sure exactly how to implement intermittent fasting into your life, then make sure to go over to Instagram, give me a follow, and DM me the words Greek God, and I will send you over the step-by-step process that I am personally using to lose fat, build muscle, and enhance my overall life. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for watching the video today. I very much appreciate your attention. I know your time is valuable, so thank you for joining me today. If you are a young man who wants to learn how to master their mind, body, and energy, then I would definitely recommend that you subscribe to the channel. I regularly post videos about all things pertaining to your fitness, mindset, and motivation. I will see you boys in the next one. Peace.